Good morning, my beauties, wherever you are in the world today. I'd like to thank you for joining us for another episode of A Crystal Clear Mind. And today I am joined by Rebecca Nicholls. Hi, Rebecca. So we've got Bex, we've got Rebecca. Do you prefer Rebecca?
I like the name Rebecca, but I think over time people call me Bex,
Oh,
Becky,
you're a
Bill.
Bex as well.
I think I'm about four different things, but I
Me
do
too.
like the name Rebecca. So I think, yeah, I like that. I like that.
That's nice. That's nice. So this is Rebecca Nicholls. She is the love and connection coach for women. So as always, I'm going to hand it straight over to you. Literally chuck you in at the deep end and you tell us what you're all about.
Okay. So yes, I am, as you say, a love and connection coach, and I really love supporting women. Single women a lot of the time, but not always. Could be women that are in relationships too. And I think struggles are very much similar in both with single women and women in relationships. So I help with single women that have often come out of unhealthy relationships. Um, some may say, quite toxic relationships. And what's been happening a lot is they're coming out of those feeling quite lost, quite disconnected. Perhaps they've given so much of their time, energy into this relationship, and feeling a part of them has kind of been lost. And they feel they're lacking in confidence, self-esteem, kind of direction, and knowing, okay, well, what do I want now, and who am I now? And so going back a little bit here, quite a bit. So, I mean, years ago, I was single for a while, not a long, long time. I mean, I was in a long-term relationship from 18. And when I look back at that, because I've got more awareness now, it was very much about people pleasing, fitting in, not rocking the boat, and not
Yeah.
really expressing myself. And um, after that relationship, I was single for a while, but what I was carrying was a lot of self-esteem issues. And on the outside, I could appear, I suppose, quite confident, but not really having that inside, not having that inner peace, and constantly looking for external validation. And so what was going on was I was making decisions around that, um, not making decisions that were aligned to me, because I didn't really know at the time who I was, what I wanted. Um, and so what happened was I even carried all of that into my relationships, into a long-term relationship. And I had those struggles continuously. So it doesn't matter if you're single. Um, for me, I carried that through. And I got to the point, past my 20s, past my 30s, and I thought, things need to change here. I'd read books, I'd listened to podcasts, I'd listened to friends and family's advice. Now, advice, opinions, views, they come from those people's experiences and their own lenses, don't they? And so
Exactly. So
anyway,
it's already kind of tainted in its own way as well.
and I don't think we realise that very much.
Right.
So I got support for myself. I got coaching for myself. I did that for 6 months, one-to-one coaching with a great woman. And also with that, I did mindfulness workshops that I did in person. And it sounds cheesy, but the transformation I had within me was huge. And it saved my relationship. I'm now married to that
It's
man, and it's
incredible.
in so many ways. So I'm a different person now. Um, and that is the reason why I coach, because I thought, do you know what? Within about 3 sessions with this woman, I was like, I feel a bit goosebumpy now, but I said, this is what I need to do. This
Yeah.
was an internal thing. This is how I need to help people. And so moving along a few years, I got accredited. So I'm an international master's coach. I also came across intuition, and I did a 5-month course and learning all about that. So it's the science behind it. It's also what people might call the woo-woo behind that. And I'm now certified as an intuition mentor. And I kind
Oh,
of, yeah, I weave all of that in how I help and support other women. Um, and here we are now. So, I offer one-to-one coaching, and I also offering an online program too. Um, so that's a bit of a speedy nutshell, really, about why I'm doing what I do. Because I'm all for empowering women. And from my own experience and basically the clients that I've worked with, this work doesn't just help us, it helps other people around us. It helps the relationships we have with other people, whether that's friends, family, our children. It will carry on. It's not one and done. You stop that coaching, it continues. Because when it's done right, you've got the tools, you've got the practices, the self-awareness and development will keep going. And it's a huge thing. And for a long time, I thought I could do it all on my own, like lots of us women do, which is kind of a societal thing and a generational pattern thing.
Definitely.
But you know what? I was like, no, I've tried things before. It's not really giving me the changes. It's not lasting. It's there for a while, and and I want to do this in a better way, and I want it to last. I want deep changes, and that's what I do. That's why I do it. Yeah. So,
Which
uh,
is fantastic. I mean, the fact that you've got that very, very hands-on, very personal experience that coaching worked really well for you and then has inspired you to then become a coach, it makes it, yeah, more personal. Like, it makes it more like a deeper connection for you when you are with those clients. So you did the coaching, not your coaching, but you were being coached
yeah.
before you got married. So actually that coaching was helping you through the dating process with your husband, your now husband.
Um, so I had coaching. I was married, but we were in a really low place, to the point where I just got frustrated. I felt really lonely. We weren't communicating, to the point I thought, separation is really the only thing I can see happening here now. And I suppose many people would think, okay, well, you'd need to go for couples counselling or couples coaching or therapy, whatever that is. But no, it isn't. It didn't. We didn't need that. I went coaching for myself and not expecting the transformations that happened, to be fair, but I went and it actually filtered through. It helped our relationship. It helped our marriage, and it's also indirectly helping Jason as well. And our communication is so much better. We are not perfect. God, no, I'll be the
No
first to
one is.
say
No
nobody
one is.
is. But it gave us such a strong foundation for a future that I didn't think was going to happen. And it's just, yeah. So yes, I had the coaching when we were married, and I struggled for so many years in my 20s, in my 30s. And that's when it changed. That support changed me. So,
It's
yeah,
funny, isn't it? How we, I notice it a lot with the people that I have on here, the people that I meet. There is sort of a general connection between us all, which is we are all of a similar age bracket, let's say an age bracket, and we are all female. And it's like we get to this certain age where we just go, I don't want this anymore. This isn't working for me the way I feel, what I'm carrying, what's in here, the patterns, the trauma, all of it. And
yeah,
you all of a sudden just go, I need to be rid of all of this, but permanently now. No
mm,
more band-aids, no more patches, no more, like you said, reading something and going, oh, that's really good. And I did the little thing in the book and, oh, yay, that worked for 10 seconds. And that's wonderful. It's a great step on the ladder. But I don't know, we just get to this age where we just go, that's enough. And it has
yeah,
to usually involve, as you said, some external force or effort or coach or whatever you want to call it. Most people do find that at that point where it's a bit like when you kind of give up on doing things yourself, all yourself with your health, and you pay for a gym or you pay for a PT, or there's always that breaking point. And you're right, sometimes bringing in someone else, an external person, it's or it's external teaching even, it can
mm,
make the hugest difference, because you can't do it all alone, can you? I mean, we do so much alone as it is that,
you're right.
you know,
I mean, and I think for me as well, having children, it was that was even more of a push, because this isn't just for me. I mean, your actions, your words, your energy, all of that is affecting other people. And as I said to you before, I mean, you can you can sound off to people you know, um, but we've got to bear in mind people's opinions, views, beliefs, experiences, advice comes from their own filters, their own lens, their own experience. And the coaching was a neutral ground. It was a safe place.
Yeah.
It was non-judgmental. It was thought-provoking in a way that I never thought of things before.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's the difference. And that's what I do with my clients. And it's deep work, isn't it? It's going to be messy, but you need to be open. You need to be really committed and wanting things to change. But when we've got those patterns that have come from perhaps our childhood or, adult years, whatever, they're not going to change overnight. So yeah, for me personally, it's the most impactful way to get support. But you need to be in the right place. You need to be,
Completely.
don't you?
Yeah.
So, and I've learned that with people that I've come across and spoken to. And what I will say is that we mentioned dating and relationships and things. I'm not an independent dating agent. I'm not somebody that's going to go, right, here's your next speed dating venue, or here's the script and I'm going to tell you what to say and not what to say and what to wear. And that is not what I do. So I'm about stripping back. And
I can see how, I can see where you're getting that. The sort of the love and connection coach, as if you're the one pulling them together. Yeah.
so
So,
this is the foundational work.
yeah.
So I'm about helping women. Let's go back and look within ourselves and look at our relationship with us, our inner world. And we want to be in the future. We want to be empowered and the best version of ourselves with that high self-esteem and that confidence to go out there and do that. And this isn't about searching. This is not about being almost in a desperate energy or getting that external validation.
It's
We
not even
want to
about
be
a man, is it? It's not
no,
about men or dating or it
no,
doesn't matter who you're dating or, it's about you as a person,
yeah,
which, I think
and
we all need that
yeah,
boost, that uplift.
because we can go around like a spinning top, can't we? Going,
Yeah.
oh, this, I've tried that app, I've done this. There's no good men or women out there. Da, 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 da. Okay, well, this isn't working. Are you willing? Are you willing to look within yourself and work on what's going on here first? Because then you will attract authentic, aligned, real connections. And that's what it is. And I just kind of want to say I'm not a dating agent. Certainly not. We go back. We start with the most important foundational stuff, really.
Which is, I mean, all women, I mean, as women, as creators, as you were saying earlier, we have a ripple effect when we're good and we are aligned and we are at one with ourselves, it goes outwards. So whether that's to your husband, your partner, your lover, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whatever it may be, your children, your friends and your family, your co-workers, your business. But it does. We are creators, so we usher it outwards, don't we? When we feel good, when everything's working for us, we pour that outwards to everybody else. So starting inwards is the only way to go. You are absolutely right. There are, probably millions of women out there and men going, I don't understand. Where's the right person? Where's the right, but why do I always keep attracting these assholes or, these
Yeah,
toxic people or the same pattern? Why do I keep, meeting a version of my father over and over again, and so on and so forth. You're absolutely spot on that it's got to start within, whether you want to
yeah,
carry on dating or not. It's about fixing
exactly.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've worked with clients, a particular client. Um, she came to me, she'd come out of a very unhealthy relationship for a very long time. And she said at the point, I don't think I'm ever really going to find anybody again. And she was just she was quite broken, disconnected, lost within herself, really. And we worked together, and even now, she is a different person. She has found somebody's come along in her, to her path, if you like. She's attracted somebody that is real, it's authentic, she's happy, she glows, and she's in that relationship and has been for, I think, about 8 months now, and it's going amazing. She's a completely different person, and this is a completely different relationship. It's amazing in that way. And I kind of often go back to that because I know where she was when she started,
Yeah.
and where she is now, what she's experiencing. But it's heart-centered coaching that I do. So it is all about the heart coherence. And you can sort of practice this in a couple of minutes. And I think so many of us have sort of, without knowing it, maybe sometimes, is just locking that heart away.
Yeah.
You know, down to fear, down to past experiences, understandably, down to, our childhood or whatever that is. And then it's about opening that up, and it's a gentle, supportive way to do it. And so I do call it heart-centered coaching.
Yeah, and I think that comes up a lot again recently. A lot of female coaches, not even just coaches, a lot of people that we know, healers and light workers and all sorts of things, use the word heart-centered for a very good reason. It's a bit like using the word intuitive, isn't it? There's a really good reason that is there. It's to let you know where that's going to come from. Because when we get to this point, for whatever reason it may be, that we do reach out to someone like yourself, you've got to be ready to go through those shadows and all of that dark, messy underbelly of it. You have
Mhm.
to be prepared. There is no point in invoking you and then sort of shying away from it and not really touching upon it with absolute honesty from a heart-centered place. You have to go in, excuse
Yeah.
the language, but balls deep. You've really got to go
Mhm.
at it, haven't you?
I might use that
In for a
next
penny,
time.
in for a pound.
You're completely right, because of course nothing's really going to change if you're just at this
Yeah.
surface level here. Nothing will change, and I can't work that way with anybody. I can't do that. That's not authentically me. I wouldn't be. That's not the work I do. Yeah, it's a bit of a messy dance, isn't it? Like, I've been through that. Other people, other clients I work with have been through that. It's a bit of a dance. You feel a bit. Sometimes you can be like, I'm moving forward, and then hold on, I might be taking a bit of a step back. This all needs to be the journey, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And you have to be open to it. You don't really know what to expect. The more honest and open you are with yourself, the more you're going to get out of it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. It's the same with all of this stuff, isn't it? Even if you're not talking to someone, when we talk about things like journaling, if you're not honest, even in your journal, and you're hiding all of that back and holding back from the things that you're pouring out onto that page, nothing's going to make any difference in the world, because you're basically writing fiction. You have to be honest. And the truth is life is really messy. Even when it is good, it's still messy. It's messy and mucky, and it's fine. But sometimes
Yeah.
we've got to delve into those darker places. So, so you're not a dating coach,
I'm
but
not
the
a
love
dating coach.
and the connection in the title of your name is that love and connection to yourself. So we're all about the self-love, aren't we?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the difference. And there's a method that I have. It's the authentic love pathway, and there's 5 core, I suppose, elements really. It's looking at uncovering the unintentional patterns. It's building then intentional presence, and then it's sort of embodying, well, the intentional connection. Okay, that's whatever relationships that is. It's also then moving on to rewiring the inner voice. Yeah, and the last thing is aligning with high quality standards. So it's breaking down a lot of that crap, really.
Yeah.
And unless you're aware of it, how can you actually do anything about it and change it? It's breaking that down and building you up to be empowered, confident, have high self-esteem. And I'm not saying you're going to walk into a room and be very brash and go, "Here I am, you want a piece of this," whatever. Just be, if that's you, if that's authentically you, that's you.
Yeah.
Um, allowing you to be the real you, not apologizing for being who you are, but confidence can be a very quiet, secure thing. Fear is often that loud, noisy thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's kind of how the method, how I go about things, is those sort of 5 areas, and it's all good sort of looking at, okay, these are my unconscious actions and beliefs, and okay, that's why I react that way, that's why I get triggered, that's the pattern that's going on here. All of that, we can look at all of that, and we do, but I don't leave you going, okay, so now what? We work on changing that. What is it you want? How do you want to be? What is it you're looking for, when it comes to connections and relationships? And we build the confidence authentically, and it's real. We're not talking Instagram crap, that's not real. So yeah, I think I've gone off on a tangent because I like to talk about
Oh, we love
exactly.
tangents on the podcast. We love them. We love swearing. We love sarcasm. We love tangents. We love it all. It's fine.
I can do all of that in a sentence if you like.
Everybody's so used to it. Fine. No, I mean, that's wonderful. So, yeah, I mean, no matter what the scenario, literally, I mean, obviously, so it's quite general. You say for women. So we've got single women, we've got women in a relationship, we've got mothers, we've got people that don't have children. You have got literally every variation of woman in there.
Mhm.
Because no matter what, we all need that, don't we? I mean, for generational trauma, any trauma, definitely we are all about breaking the patterns. And some of those patterns are really hard. Like even if you work with it, even if it's what you do for a living and you help other people, even if you are a light worker and a healer and all this sort of stuff, you're still working on yourself all the damn time.
Oh,
It doesn't
yeah.
end just because we do these things for a living, like we are equally as broken in our own way, that we are trying to heal ourselves as well, aren't we?
Yeah, definitely. And I think I love the journey. Sounds a
Yeah.
bit, I don't. It is messy. And your mind will always kick in with these things, and I love the journey. And I would never want to go back to how I was. I've learnt so much. I've developed so much. I'm still doing that, as you say, and that's the journey I want to help others be on. And I do, but we go back to that. They kind of need to realize it is a journey.
Yeah.
It's not a one and done. Read this book and everything, your life's going to change tomorrow. Um, yeah. And our minds, the logic, the mind, the patterns will always be there because it thinks it's, helping us. It's trying to keep us safe, isn't it? It's what
That's
we
what it's
know.
in. Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Um,
definitely.
but when I talk about intuition, and it's inner guidance, isn't it? It's inner wisdom, and people might know it as gut feeling more than intuition. It's like following your heart, listening to your heart, is the best way, the only way that it will actually that life gets better for you. And you kind of got to go there. And sometimes you've got to get rid of all the layers that have built over time with that. Um, yeah, so it's messy for us all, but I I wanted to be a better mentor for my children as well, not just have a healthier relationship that has a future. And better. I wanted them to see a better me, a better us. I wanted a different energy in the house as well. And if you've got children, don't you? It's such an important thing.
It is, and they're like little mirrors as well, Um, they just so reflect back things that you didn't even necessarily realize in yourself. So you may already be kind of aware of your flaws or the things that you are kind of hanging on to and so on. But then they're just like this little mirror that reflects it back and you kind of go, oh shit. Oh crap. I've got some work to do here, you know?
The penny drops. And the thing is, like, that they are the most authentic when they're children, when they're
Yeah.
young, you know, and um the clients I've helped before, we kind of we get back to their passions as well, and that you can see it, that their eyes light up, and there's a zing about them, and like, hold on, I used to like doing that, I'm going back to that, you know, and over time, society, all that stuff, it kind of weighs us down.
Does it kind of
Um,
knocks it out of us as well, doesn't it?
yeah,
It really does. And
mm,
it's not in a good way at all. I feel the more I kind of like look at what society has done to a lot of people, including myself, the more I realize it's definitely not for our greater good, is it? You know, it's for the greater good of what the government or whatever it works for, media. It's not for our best interest. And all those things that we've put to one side, we've ignored, we don't do it, we're afraid to do it. All these things, all this fear, you know, all these doubts where you feel like you shouldn't step outside the line because if you pop yourself outside the line, bad things are going to happen. And the
yeah,
truth is, you know, we are better when we are as whole as we can be with ourselves and as
yeah,
true as we can be as well. Because when we are aligned, as you said earlier, you know, we attract everything on our pathway. If we are in alignment with ourselves, everything to the perfect job, uh, a wonderful scenario, a beautiful opportunity, whatever it might be, can come to you
mm.
through that alignment. But it's almost as if the world doesn't want you to be that way because it's just too aware.
Yeah, I think for so long, well, logic, the brain has sort of taken over. It's almost like, well, we don't talk about intuition very much. We don't talk about our,
Yeah.
well, feelings, and it's conforming, isn't it? From a very young age, it's conforming from the way that we go to nursery and school and things like that. And it's a way of controlling, isn't it?
Very much. Very
Um,
much. If you take away the gut feeling and the trust that you have in your own body and the trust that you have in your own mind and your own heart, then, you know, basically you need someone to tell you what to trust. And, you know, lo and behold, there will always be someone that can be that person for you. But
yeah,
your
yeah,
intuition is never wrong. Never wrong. I always say to people, always trust your intuition, even when you kind of look and don't understand why. Because the reason maybe, you know, like if you're looking here, the picture might be this wide and you're just not seeing all of this. But go with your gut. If you meet someone that feels so wrong, walk the hell away. Doesn't matter who that person is, you know, trust your gut. There's a good
yeah.
reason why.
And that's something that's not easy.
Mm-mm.
You know, we over time very much kind of, it almost feels like it disappears, but it's learning to practice and develop that. It's a bit like going to the gym where you're kind of toning up your muscle. You know, it's there, but it needs developing and tuning into and listening to your body again.
Yeah.
And we, again, I talk about when we're younger, that was prominent then, that was clear, that was obvious. We would go with it. But over time, as we get older, it isn't easy to listen to and follow. And then, of course, when it comes to relationships, we can follow those unconscious patterns, can't we?
Yeah.
And that's something within the coaching I kind of guide people and support them with. All of the answers are within us. And it's actually allowing us to go with that. And that's how alignment happens, isn't it? Um, and getting to the point where we don't have to have external validation the whole time. Um, because deep down, if we are confident, if we're in tune with our intuition and we know who we are, we can make those decisions for ourselves.
And in the
Um,
world, the way the world is at the moment, where it's got to be about 80% fake right now, isn't it? You know, nothing's real. Nothing's real between AI and Instagram and TikTok and everything else. Half of what you see is not real anyway. Um, you need that sort of stoic confidence in yourself to. It's nice to have outside validation when someone says you did a great job or you look great or whatever. Wonderful, thank you very much, but
Yeah.
don't need it. Don't rely on it. You know, it's a bonus if it gets said. It's a, oh, thank you very much. You know, it's not something that you rely on, because in all fairness, you just, in a fake world, you don't want to be relying on other people's opinions at all, because I'm not too
Exactly.
sure how many of them are valid.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly that. Um, and when you have that inner contentment and that peace, it doesn't really matter whether you're in a relationship, whether you're single, what you do for a living. This is not what this is about. This is about, once you find that place, you will always be good. You know, you're going to make decisions that are right for you.
Yeah.
Um, and it's huge. And as you say, the noise, the external noise, the fakeness, it's quite hard to cut through that as a coach, because you just want to say to people, that is not who I am. I mean, I've been ghosted by a coach as a coach, which is like astounding,
Oh my
because
God.
there's no integrity there. And it happens a lot, but I can't work that way. But to get across to people, I am genuine, I am authentic.
Yeah.
This is what I want for you. And I work with clients who want it just as much or more than I do for them, because
Yeah.
I'm not about convincing people, and I'm not, that's not what this is about. But I think people need to be in a certain place of commitment, focus, a certain place of self-awareness, because if it doesn't work, does it? If someone doesn't come along that's going to be genuine, and but what I'm saying is that they're out there, and there's a lot of noise out there that's fake and not good intentions necessarily. And when you and I, for instance, are running a business, and we are kind of just like, we're cutting that, we're trying to cut that, we're not those people, we're not the same as those people.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what you want to get across, isn't it?
It is, and it's hard in business to do that, because, as you said, everyone's. I think we've got quite a revolution of self-employment going on here. People are calling them side hustles and so. For us, it's actually a real job, isn't it? You know, it is our job. Um, it's not a side hustle. I don't heal as a side hustle. Do you know what I mean? You don't coach as a side hustle, and you've got to wade through these people, and you see people, and you kind of go, that's why people don't trust us. You know, that looks dodgy as hell. And these people are claiming to, you know, they can fix your life and they can make you millions. My favorite one is always the coaches that pay for advertising on Facebook that are telling you that they can make you, you know, a 7-figure business by the end of the year organically without any
Mm.
marketing. You're like, but you paid for Facebook to get to me. So, you know, the whole world out there is a very scary place to stream through right now, isn't it? You know, and as women, I think that we are very susceptible. We're very sensitive to it anyway, and we're very susceptible to that fakeness and how that makes us feel. And as you said, from, you know, past goings on, past patterns, we we have a lot of self-doubt. Women do
Mm.
doubt themselves a lot. They've been taught to doubt themselves a lot, and to get that external validation from people to feel good. So it is quite hard for us to stand up and kind of go, no, without being arrogant. You don't want to be the person that stands up and goes, I don't need you. I don't need nothing. But you do need to be able to stand up and say, no, I believe in me. And that's
Mm.
enough. It's a
Um,
really fine balance, right? You know?
yeah, going back to the females and Instagram and all this sort of perfection out there.
Yeah.
If we're not looking or doing things in a perfect way, or doing everything in a perfect way, we are failing. And that also, not just social media, but obviously that's hugely it has heightened it, but it is a generational thing. Um, we are sort of brought up, I suppose, that we can do it all ourselves. I suppose if you want to be a strong woman, you can do everything. You can be mum, girlfriend, wife, colleague, business owner, a teacher. all of these things. And when we aren't doing it perfectly, oh, we're failing. And you know what? That's with the support too. And for me, for years and years and years, I was like, that was my sort of belief, or my thought pattern was, I should be doing this on my own. I should be able to cope on my own. I shouldn't need anyone to support me. And actually, the bravest, courageous thing I think that you can do is go, I want support and I need support.
Yeah, I need that. Yeah.
And ironically, I think that is the bravest thing. It's not the weakest thing to do. It's the bravest thing to do. And that's what I want to teach my children and my daughter. I mean, they see lots of stuff on social media about the perfect life, don't they? And how you should look and what you should say and all of that stuff. But yeah, also I say, when you say about being the arrogant person, definitely, confidence can be very quiet. You don't need to shout from the rooftops.
Yeah, you said that earlier, and I liked that. That was like a really nice, like almost you need to put like a TM on it. Quiet confidence. It's a really nice way to put that, because it doesn't have to be loud and brash. I mean,
Yeah.
again, we think that, don't we? Some woman that's displaying herself all over Instagram, making the biggest noise, biggest fuss for the most attention and the most likes, and making money off of it. We assume that she is confident. Truth is, she's probably not. She is either arrogant or she is actually struggling underneath it all and needs a lot of support and help. She's one or the other. She is not confident. Quiet confidence is a very underrated thing. It really is.
Yeah. And that's where I want, if that's what my clients choose and how they want to be, if they know that's authentically them, then that's what we do. We work together on getting there. Because it's only you've got to live with yourself, haven't you? You know, and it's very hard. It's hard work and takes up a lot of energy if you aren't being yourself.
And there are some people, obviously, that brash personality, that's who they are. They're bold and they're big and their personality is huge. Those people, they exist in the world, and that is authentically who they are. That is who they are. And that's wonderful too. Again, we're back to, that's your version of confidence. And as long as it is who you are, well done you. For the majority of the time, as you said, women tend to be either bold and brassy, trying to prove that they've got it all going on. They can do it all. They can have it all and fix it all and do everything. Not only is it absolute bollocks, but, that's not confidence. That's not real, genuine confidence.
No. And also, it's not a good role model.
No.
Whether you've got children in your life or not, social media is out there for everybody. It's not the best role model, because all you're doing right there is, that standard is like, oh my God, that's just going to frustrate people, make people feel less, and they're going to think that exists out there, and it doesn't. Perfection doesn't exist.
No, I had to be careful with my little one. She's only 8 now, and I've spent the last few years, because we've got this year we've got 3 businesses. Last year we had 2. And then we've got the 2 kids, and then we've got the schedules and the home and our life and us and everything else. And then, as everybody I talk to knows, I've got my acoustic band, and I've got the podcast, and I've got my own business, and so it's quite a lot. But I do all these things because I love them. I stopped the music for a while, and that loss of creativity nearly slayed me. So I brought it back in and found a way to weave it back in. The podcast, again, I think that's a creative outlet. And I love talking to people like you, and I love listening to what you've got to say, and I love the insight, the inspiration and everything else. So again, stopping the podcast doesn't really solve anything. I feel like that's just taking something away from me. The businesses, again, they're all chosen to be there for us. We chose those businesses for ourselves, and it's a lot. It is a lot. And then you run around and you look crazy, and there are days I get up and I can't be bothered to move, and I'm too tired and I'm cranky. And I had to stop about a year and a half ago. It was probably around the time I really started to get on with the Reiki and kind of go, this actually isn't a great role model for my daughter. I'm still working on it every single day. I'm still working on it. It's all right to show them that you can do a lot. It's
Mm.
okay to show them that you can be, I mean, what would they call it now? Like a boss baby or a boss bitch or something like that. Like I could probably do that. But the truth is I am just underneath it, actually a very soft, sensitive woman who's trying to run businesses to make so that she doesn't have to go to jobs that she hates and work a time schedule that she hates. Likewise for her husband. We don't want to do that. We want to be here with our kids. So we do our best with these businesses to make it happen. And I want her to see that stressed out, like I've got steam coming out my ears. I'm doing it all whilst losing my shit. No,
Yeah.
I want her to see that we try our hardest. You can still learn things. My favorite one to her is you can learn anything at any age. Don't think you have to learn it young. You can start again. You can start new.
Yeah.
You can drop something. You can pick it back up. All of those things. But the most one was you've got to understand underneath it, I'm still a person that gets tired. I get a tired body and I need to take care of myself. So I'm
Mm.
sort of like working now more on showing her that side of how we
Yeah.
take care of ourselves as women, to try and show her that you can do loads, but always take care of yourself underneath it and make sure you're not pushing your boundaries so hard. Make
Yeah.
sure it's always stuff that you enjoy doing, even if it is still hard to do it, but it takes time. It's all part of the journey, right? Like it takes time when you are a reflection onto someone. It takes time to
Yeah.
realize how to mold that for them.
Um, and definitely self-care. For lots of generations before, it was a bit of a, they didn't even think about it. It was a bit of a martyr. Just carry on, just carry on, just carry on. Self-care is essential, isn't it? And as you say, to demonstrate that in our home lives for our daughters or sons or whoever, it is huge. And to follow our passions, there's no rules, is there?
No.
When it comes to work and jobs. I mean, when I grew up, it was all just work for somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
9 to 5, work
yeah,
until
then
you
you married.
retire.
But my son, he's looking into. I mean, for a while now, he's wanted to work for himself. And there are more options out there than we had, and it is all trial and error. And the other thing is, we can also ask for support in our businesses.
Yeah.
We can decide, actually, what is it I love doing? What am I passionate about in my business? Because I'll be honest with you, there's so much to it, isn't there? You're not going to be passionate about every aspect of your business, and you don't know. You're
I'm
not
not
an expert.
passionate about tax returns and accounting, I can tell you that much.
Got to pass it on, delegate it, because then you have
Mhm.
energy, time, and passion behind the things that you like doing. Like for me, I love connecting with people in person, online. Um, those are the things I like to do, and I don't want to sit like on spreadsheets the whole time.
No.
Um, and I thought to myself, actually, this is my business. There's no should and would and rule about you have to do it all. You can pass stuff on. And my God, it's been a relief. I feel a lot lighter. It makes sense. And I think for quite a while, I was busy, but I wasn't running a business. I was just busy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, we all get that, don't we? Honestly, 2 years ago, I sat in a networking meeting and I think I must have looked like my face was going to fall off of my head. Honestly, I was a mess. And they just kind of looked at me and went, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No, I need help. Like, I just can't cope. I can't cope anymore." And they kind of went, "Oh, you need to breathe and you need to delegate. Delegate.
Mm.
You cannot be everything to your life and then every person that would run a business. You can't be the owner and the foreperson and the back of house and the front of house and the accountant,
Mm.
and that you can't be all these things. You just have to just
Yeah.
breathe
It
and
reminds me a
give
little
it
bit of
away."
Basil 40, Basil 40 and 40 Towers, and he's
Oh,
like,
yes,
actually,
yeah.
you're gonna burn
Now
out
we
quite.
know why Basil was so pissed off all the time. Like, this is why he was so cranky.
Yeah. Um, and it's about the feminine energy and the
Yeah,
masculine. We need them
definitely.
both, don't we? We need them both. And having time out, taking care of yourself means that when you go back into doing and the action, you're in a different energy. You've got more energy. You're focused. Um, and so I got support within my business, and well, it's been a changer for me. It's just I love it because also when you run a business, if you're on your own, it can be quite lonely.
Yeah, it is.
Um, and it's so nice to have somebody or whoever, how many people you've got in your team that are with you on your goals, are with you, they're aligned, they understand what you're doing, your passion, and they're with you on it. It's just a big thing, isn't it?
Yeah, and it makes such a huge difference. Again, we're just back to that word support, aren't we? You know, it
Mm.
really, yeah. I just feel that as people, I mean, I don't think we were ever meant to be alone. I think
Mm.
we always work together as a village.
Yeah.
And, we may not live like that now. And we may not need that interaction quite so intensely anymore because we don't live that life anymore. But we all still need a village at times, don't we? There are times where we need more support and sometimes we need less, but you always need to know where you can go for it, whether it's business or personal or love life or whatever it may be. There's
Mm.
always support required, I think.
Yeah. And connection is, no matter
Yeah,
what
yeah.
happens in the
Connection's
future,
huge.
connection is everything. And when you
Yeah,
don't have it, you completely feel misaligned, don't you? No. And connection can look like this. Connection can look like a message on a phone. Connection can look
yeah.
like in person, however that is. But you're right. Yes, we still need that. We're humans. We still need that that support, that community. So
Completely. And it's like I said about my music, like I find that very connecting. We don't have the hugest amount of gigs. We actually just sort of do it for fun more than anything. So we just rehearse. And basically it's just like a little mini jam session. We have a cup of coffee. We talk about how our week has been. Do you know, it is just so pleasant.
mm,
And it is an outlet and it is a connection completely, that when you remove that connection from the music, from the creativity, from the person that you're doing that with, you feel that loss. And that's the same
yeah,
with everything, no matter what you do, isn't it? And I think a big jump is always if you go from work to self-employment, that connection, you lose all those people that you could work with to total aloneness. You just like, that's not even a word, but you know what I mean? To be totally alone, you all of a sudden just go, oh, I've completely disconnected myself now. And trying to find that connection back is quite hard, but it's necessary. We need it. We need that support. We need that connection.
and that's why I love the business networking meetings. I love
Yeah.
going to events. I love these, these podcasts. That's what I thrive in. And so when I connect one to one with clients as well, and you build a rapport and a connection there, it's huge. Um, and I'm gonna have to find out. I'm going to listen to some of your music. Music is such a big part of my life as well. Um, it's just when you just want to let loose. I mean, I often let loose in my kitchen, put the
Yeah.
music on when I'm cooking, and it's fabulous.
I find music to be such an outlet. I really do. And it's not just, I say creative. I don't write music. We don't write our own songs. It's all covers. But just singing is creative enough for me, that outlet. And to be honest, I mean, we know that singing and humming has a frequency in our bodies. It's actually very healing for ourselves. So, like when I sing, I really feel like I'm actually doing myself a good, which is
Yeah,
wonderful. And I love it. I just love it. It's very cathartic.
it is, and you're connecting to your heart. It's the
Yeah.
heart coherence.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I'm the
It does, and
same.
it aligns to a lot of the chakras. You do. You feel, I don't know, yeah, you feel very in touch, and it can be quite fleeting. It doesn't last for very much longer than when you're doing it. But I suppose when you don't do it, you soon notice um, how you feel differently. You feel lacking or like you've lost something.
Yeah,
I couldn't
yeah.
go this week. I woke up with a broken tooth. And,
Oh,
oh no, it was always my wisdom tooth as well, and just go, Thanks for that. So I said to him, I'm going to have to cancel. So now it's been about 2 weeks since we rehearsed, and we're going to meet next week. But these 2 weeks, I can just feel that slight shift, like I'm lacking something. It's funny. It's only like an hour and a half, 2 hours that we meet once a week, but what a difference it can make.
Yeah,
And
it's
it's worth trying to
grounding.
squeeze it in as well. You know, it is worth it.
Mm. Mm.
Music connects everybody as well. I love that. That's probably one of my favorite things is music of all sorts can connect all sorts to each other. You know, you don't always, yeah. It's like a
I know
language of its own.
yes, I even said that recently. We went to a local event and there was a live band there, and those were my words. I said, "Look, this is something that brings everyone together. Doesn't matter what age, doesn't matter what you do for a living,
No.
look like, brings people together, and that's very powerful."
Oh, very much so. And you know what, we've seen that, haven't we, in things like Woodstock, when Bob Marley plays and played and things like that. You know, you see that togetherness, that connection through sound only, connecting perhaps to the words, perhaps to the music, perhaps to the person performing, either which way, as you said, regardless of age and gender and race, and no one cares. We're all here just for one thing, and that is love. You know, it's just so pure. It
Yeah.
really is so pure. And it doesn't matter what the music, that makes it sound like it's all got to be kind of like even like heavy metal, it's still the same. You know, rock concerts, still the same. They're all there with love, all of them. You know, it's beautiful. I absolutely love it.
You want to keep that going. You've got to keep that going.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I
Yeah.
love that as well. We're still on the love connection, aren't we? We're still there. Just talking about something completely
Wherever we
different.
look, yes, wherever we look, it's still there. But and also I'm actually just on the point before we wrap up as well. I have created something online, which I've never done before. First for me,
Wow, well
a
done.
brand new online. I call it a hybrid program because it's self-led, but the modules come to you every week. And also there's a really lovely community connection with the WhatsApp group.
Nice.
And I'm so excited about it because, you know, we are all busy, aren't we? And some people prefer that way of getting support right now. But anyway, that I'm excited is launching next month. So that's launching on the 11th of August, and it's called the Love Reset. And I've got founding members in that. So these founding members are going to be what helped me really kick this off, which means they get huge discounts, they get bonuses, and yeah, it's exciting.
Oh, that's amazing. That sounds awesome. So make sure to send me the link and I will pop the link for that.
Yeah.
See if maybe you could be one of the founding members. If not, just join anyway and be part of the Love Reset. I absolutely love the name. That's brilliant.
Mm.
Absolutely genius. So I'm going to get all of Rebecca's details. We've got Facebook. I'm sure you've got a website.
Yeah.
We've got the program, and then I'm sure she's got Instagram as well. And I'll grab
Yeah.
all of those. Any way for you to contact her if you would like to work with Rebecca directly or just chat to her. I mean, she's quite fascinating to talk to regardless.
I've been talking for ages. It's just we can have a catch up. And the other thing, I mean, I'm excited about this is a magazine that's featuring next month for it's the Natural Parent magazine.
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
Oh,
and it's an
wow.
article for single mums out there. So you can grab that. I think it's coming out in Waitrose, coming out in WH Smith's and online. So
Amazing. Well, congratulations. There's a lot going on then.
yes, all exciting stuff.
Yeah, exciting stuff. I love that. A little bit of midsummer goings on. I like that. That's nice. Oh, well, congratulations. So
Thank
again,
you.
you want to find her in, was it Natural Parenting, you said?
The
Yeah,
Natural Parent Mum,
Natural
yeah.
Parenting magazine. Amazing. Well, I can't thank you enough for coming on today. It's been really, really lovely chatting with you and about actually a really, really important subject as well. So it's been really, really fascinating. Thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you for inviting me.
It's
been
been
great.
lovely. And as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode. And until next time, take care.
Bye.